I have a special guest joining me today on Primetime Local News. Patrick Quarterback is here. You may know him from Stereos, but we're talking about a different project today. So, Patrick, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for taking the time and having me on. I appreciate it.
Well, let's talk about Delta Suite. Delta Suite is out with a song now that's different than what the Stereos fans might actually expect. So, tell me about Delta Suite and tell me about the song, which is called Pour a Little My Way.
Delta Suite is my first ever solo project as a musician, which is kind of crazy. I'm almost 40 and I started playing music when I was 13 and I've never done anything solo. And so this year, as things timed up, it felt like the right time. And country music is something that I've been obsessed with since I was a kid, born and raised Alberta boy. And so country music is now on in my future and in my present, and it's been so much fun, even though it's only a few weeks old.
Well, let's talk about the song itself because it is a collaboration and it's maybe not what some people would consider traditional country because of the collaboration, but it's a really cool mix the way that it's done. So tell me about Ashton Adams and how you collaborated with him on this song.
Yeah, so totally fair point. Ashton Adams is an EDM producer, multi-instrumentalist out of Toronto. I've worked with him on a million different songs in the past. And it's funny how when you go solo, it actually kind of is anything but and what I mean by that is you need so much help. You need so many friends you bounce ideas off of, and there really is a team effort. And he was one of the people I just sent my demos to. And he was one of the first ones to say, I want in. I don't know how it would look. I know it's weird for me because he hadn't done country before, but he was ready to go get in on the ground floor. And so we made this song together. And I wrote it as a very straightforward country song. But obviously his influence with the EDM elements really made it something very unique. And I'm looking super forward to putting out way more straightforward country, for lack of a better term. But every single thing I've done in music has had an element of risk to it, whether you look at Stereos and what we were doing with the hip hop blending with the pop punk sound. And I figured, why not do that again? I'm not afraid of risk, and I think it can be a lot of fun too.
So tell me what else you have kind of, I guess, in the background here as far as songs go. Are you going to be releasing a number of country music? So there plan or country music songs? Is there plans for an EP or are you there yet?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely always thinking ahead. I think artists, we always want our way at the time we want it. And so I would love to have like the craziest summer of my life this summer, but I think it's more looking at next summer. And I've already started working with some great people in country music. It's amazing how welcoming it's been, to be honest. So Dan Davidson is an artist I've looked up to. We're from the same city, and he transitioned from the band into country music years ago. And he's helped me out. He's producing two of my follow-up songs. And then there's a guy named Sean Moore out of Ontario who I've been writing with. And so, yes, to answer your question, an EP is definitely on the horizon. I think I'll probably do the single thing over the next year or so. But one of the most fun things you can do as an artist is write and write and write some more until you kind of get that magic. And I think I'm starting to get there.
So are you going to stick with the country genre then, do you think, for a while? Are you going to still do some stuff with stereos or have you split it kind of half and half or, how is that working?
Honestly, it's a completely fair question. I think the goal of any artist is to be busy. And I would be lying if I said if Stereos had gone the way I had always wanted it to, that I would have had time to do this. It's like the fact of the matter is that I need more. And so I put my heart and soul into this solo thing in country, and that is my future. I really believe that, and I can say that definitively. I think that as opportunities come along, like Stereo's actually got a very unexpected but an amazing opportunity to play a festival at the end of summer, and I'm very excited about that. But I think that, change is a good thing, even if it's uncomfortable, and I think that that is where my heart really truly is going forward.
As an independent artist now, is it difficult to promote your music and get it out there, or is social media basically a huge help to you in the way that you can do things? Because so many people discover, new artists, new bands on social media now without knowing anything about them. They hear the song and then, oh, I like it, and they don't really care that it's country or pop or whatever it is, right? So, how are you working on promoting and do you do a lot on social media?
Yeah, so social media has been everything, to be honest with you, because of the fact that I have no team, I have no management, I have no label. It's just been literally my followers and hoping that they like it, first of all, which I've been incredibly blessed that it seems like they do. But then from there, it's interesting. Like you bring up a very, very important part of this industry where something like TikTok can is free marketing that can change your life overnight. If you have a TikTok pop off, I've seen it. I was almost on a Netflix reality show because I made a silly TikTok about grammar once, and I like got down the like, you know what I mean? You never know where opportunities can come from, and I think that's a huge positive. I think the negative though is that I do think to build a foundation and build a long career, which is not something that um, anyone but the artist really truly needs, you do need to, for lack of a better term, it's all about butts and seats, right? People want to come out and see you live. And I think that there is a gap between, oh, yeah, I know that trending sound, I know that thing, but do you know the artist? Do you know about them? Do you know enough to want to spend 50 bucks in that neighborhood on a ticket and then see them the next time they come and tell your friends about them? And I think that is still important because you can get a little bit of success. And I trust me, this is so hard to be an artist. So any way you can eat making music, I support it. I will never look down on anyone for their path there. But I do think that we're starving for a fan base because you can have a wide audience and a small fan base. And I think you need to build fan bases still. And that's my goal always.
Well, if anybody is looking to find out more about you or if they want to listen to the new song, where is the best place to find everything all at one spot?
You know what? I would say honestly, my Instagram profile is where I kind of broadcast everything. That's my hub. That's where I interact the most with people. And then, thankfully now you have that link tree option. You can find everything on my Instagram, which is at the Delta Suite. Obviously Delta Suite was taken, but and then from there, Delta Suite Music, every other platform. I'm on there, but I think Instagram is usually where I first announce everything and have all the up to date news and stuff.
Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. And we'll be following you on social media, watching for what's coming this summer. If we see any tour dates and any more music from you, it'll be so exciting just to hear what's up next. So thanks again for joining me. And I wish you the best of luck over the summer.
I can't thank you enough for having me on. Thank you so much.